If you've been watching Raw recently, you know the big angle to end the year is going to be that, yes, the Shield are reforming and they're going to have a lovely little match at TLC. And you know what? That is great. Every time WWE does do one of these nostalgia angles, it just makes you feel good inside, especially because 9 times out of 10, you, the audience, actually knows what's going to happen before it does happen, and then you feel empowered, and it makes you want to tune in because you're like, oh, I know what I'm going to see, but now I want to see it, I want to get that payoff, I want to get that satisfied feeling. However, given that the Raw ratings recently were not good and that WWE has fallen into a pattern where they continually fall back on this mechanic, well, I think that the WWE needs to stop relying on the past. Why? Here's why. First and foremost, I am the biggest fanboy when it comes to this stuff. When Goldberg came back last year, I ran around my living room like it was Christmas, and it was the same with Sting the year before that, or the year before that, whenever it was. The bottom line is, I love it when WWE does this, because the feelings inside of me, they rush up, and I just feel happy for the day. This is why I'm totally cool with the Shield reunion too. I think WWE have handled it very well, and on that episode of Raw where they all just looked at each other and acknowledged each other without saying anything, well, that was great, and it was really well done. It was just really well done. If we do take a step back from such a situation though, you can actually start to see that yes, WWE is actually starting to over-rely on these kind of ideas. I mean, it's almost like clockwork now. You're going to get towards the end of whatever year you happen to be in, and somebody backstage is going to be, we got any old acts we can bring back so we can make it through on the road to WrestleMania? And that's not going to help in the long term. While ratings are crazy and you can't really break them down given how people do consume media in 2017, you also can't argue with stats. And that Raw episode I did just mention, when all 3 Shield members just looked at each other, well, that did the 6th worst rating of the year. There's no real way to spin that. It basically means from a live perspective, no one really cared that much, or at least the casual fan didn't care that much, and that's the person you really need to entice back in. That's hardcore to watch regardless. On top of this, injecting such a shot of nostalgia into someone's face just underlines the fact that no, WWE doesn't actually have a top star currently on its roster to step into such shoes. If Brock Lesnar or John Cena aren't on the show, it's clear that someone important thinks we need to hot shot an angle because nobody else will do. And that is not good. The key word there is hot shot too. I doubt this is going to be around for a long time, and I'd say in a best case scenario, we'll get 6 months out of it, because when Mania 34 rolls around, ain't no way Roman Reigns still associating himself with the Shield. He'll be going after the Universal title, probably main eventing again, being coronated, gets booed, and then WWE will continue to try and get this experiment over, even though it's not working. And yeah, those 6 months will be cool, but when you do get to the end point of that, no one's going to care as much about the angle as they did at the start, because that's the law of diminishing returns. So what you should have done with that time is, again, gone to your talent pool, see who you like, see who you don't like, and we should have spent this time building up the guys that you did like and making them feel more like stars. Now, I know it's not as easy as just clicking your fingers, but using nostalgia to get through a few months as opposed to trying to think of ways to make Seth Rollins a bigger star or make Dean Ambrose a bigger star is counterproductive. They're obviously amazing and they are big names at the moment, but they're not moving the needle, because if they were, the needle would be moving. And they truly could if they were used in the right way, and ultimately, the Shield vehicle is being put in place as yet another attempt to try and get Roman Reigns over in the eyes of the fans, and that's not going to work, because why would it work now? Let's go back to last year when indeed Goldberg did come back to fill this role. Again, it was great. Again, I personally loved it and I ran around my front room like a little kid. But did it work in the long term? Of course it didn't, because here we are 12 months on and ratings have gone exactly back to where they were before. So it was a shot on the arm, but it wasn't a shot on the arm that did any benefit for WWE going forward. Is this long-term angle WWE needs to start investing in as opposed to just booking things week to week? Imagine getting to your job on a Monday morning and someone running up to you going, "What do we do? What do we do?" That's incredibly stressful and not really an environment where creativity is just going to spawn from the ground. I mean, the Attitude Era didn't need to do that. The Attitude Era did take new guys such as Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Mankind, and it built a whole company around there. It didn't happen overnight, but that's my point. Use these last few months of a year to pick a few wrestlers you do like and try and get them up to that next level. That is a much better position than going, well, people loved this when we did it back in 2013, so let's just do that again. This is clearly a panic move as well, because look who the Shield's potential opponents are. The Miz and the Bar, and they're all great in their own right, but what's happened here is we've pushed loads of feuds together just to make this work, as opposed to sit back and go, what would actually be a good outcome? What would actually make this feel special? When should we actually do this, and who do we need to bring into the fold? I get it though, I really do. Nostalgia is a powerful tool and can get eyes back on your product, but you cannot keep doing this year in, year out, because eventually you're going to run out of guys. I mean, what are you going to do next year? What are you going to do in 2018? Who are you going to pull out of the well? Repo Man? I mean, I hope that does happen. Repo Man is awesome and obviously the best gimmick ever, but eventually we're going to have to take a step back, we're going to have to calm down, and we have to do things properly. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all of this. Like, share and subscribe. Come and follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE, and go and read some articles on WhatCulture.com. My name is Simon Miller from What Culture. Thank you for watching the Y series. Now go outside, feel good, go and live a dream today. What's your dream? Maybe your dream is to eat 82 ice creams, find those ice creams, eat them, send me a picture, and we'll all just have one big hug. I mean, it would be like a digital or a virtual hug, so I don't think we're going to bump into each other on the street, but that's still decent.